Monday of the 7th week of Easter. Advice received in spiritual guidance. Ways to facilitate this gift. The gift of counsel is particularly needed by those whose mission it is to guide and direct other people. St. Thomas teaches that every good piece of advice regarding men's salvation comes from the Holy Spirit. The advice we receive in spiritual guidance, where clearly and frequently we touch the Holy Spirit is evident, ought to be received with the joy a wayfarer has at finding the path, giving thanks to God and to the person who represents him, and with the determination to put into practice what we have been advised. At times, this advice can have a special echo in the person who receives it, inspired directly by the Holy Spirit. The gift of counsel is necessary for everyday living, both for ourselves and to be able to advise our friends in their spiritual lives and in their undertakings. This gift corresponds to the beatitude about the merciful, because one has to be merciful to know how to give helpful advice discreetly to those who need it. Such advice, far from disheartening them, will encourage them gently and forcefully. Today we ask the Holy Spirit to help us to be docile to his inspirations, because the greatest obstacle to the gift of counsel taking root in our souls is attachment to our own judgment, not knowing how we give way, lack of humility, and hastiness in acting. We facilitate this gift if we become accustomed to bring our prayer any important decisions we have to make. Never make a decision, we are told in the way, without first stopping to consider the matter in the presence of God. If we try to detach from our own opinion, don't waste the opportunity of yielding your own judgment. If we are completely sincere when we ask for advice in spiritual guidance, or when seeking guidance in some mortal matter which affects us directly, it may have to do with the professional ethics or judging before God whether we should have a larger family. If we are humble, if we recognize our own limitations, we will feel the need to seek advice at particular times. Then we ought not simply go to the first person we meet, but to go to a person with the right qualities, to someone who wants to love God and sincerely as we do, and who tries to follow him faithfully. It is not enough to ask just anyone for their opinion. We must go to a person who can give us sound and disinterested advice. As we go through life, we find ourselves coming across people who are objective and know how to weigh things up, who don't get heated or try to tip the balance toward that which favors them. Almost instinctively, we find ourselves trusting such people because unassuringly and quietly they always act in a good and upright manner. He who follows me will not walk in darkness, but will have the light of life. If we try to follow Jesus each day of our life, we will not be wanting in the light of the Holy Spirit at every moment. If we are upright in our intention, he will not allow us to fall into error. Mary, Mother of good counsel, will win for us the graces we need if we have recourse to her with the humility of those who know that on their own they will often stumble and lose their way.